What is up, guys? This is Mark Chess and we are back here in the studio to do another comparison video between the KT4s and its little bro, which is the KT3s. Before we start the comparison, I would just like to remind you again, guys, if you haven't joined the raffle yet, please do so. I'll put the link in the description down below and hopefully you'll join. So let's start off with the uppers of both shoes. The KT4s uses a slight of knit upper, and comparing it to the KT3 is a slightly more meshy upper. So this one's a bit softer. At the same time, it doesn't stretch, which is good. And the KT3 is not as stretchy too. I guess for the upper material, I would give this a tie on both shoes. But for breathability, I think the KT3 is more breathable. The KT3 is a lot more cooler on foot because it has a bit more holes in the forefoot, at the same time here on the lateral side. So if you want a cooler shoes, no pun intended to that, just a more breathable shoe, go with the KT3s. KT4s uses a flywire-like lacing system. There's flywires all over here. Just pull it, easy to lace it up. Comparing it with the KT3s use a very traditional lacing system. It has a tongs. For me, the KT3 hugs your foot a bit better compared with the KT4s. A slight advantage on the lacing system of the KT3. So moving on to the ankle part of the shoe, the KT4s uses a sock-like upper. I have the KT3 lows, more like the traditional low cut. The high cut version of the KT3s is also nice, but I like this sock part better of the KT4s because although it's stretchy, it's still easy to put your foot in. So slight advantage for the KT4s in the ankle area. Side of the shoe on the heel part, both shoes have very nice Achilles pillows, but this one is more beefed up Achilles pillows. It's thicker comparing with the KT3, so I like this a bit better. So for the support of the upper of the shoe, like I mentioned earlier, materials are not stretchy. Both have very supportive uppers. You'll never go wrong with the two of them. Both shoes have a similar cut here. So props to Anta for retaining this design, this cutout, because it makes your ankle very free to move. So as for the heel counter in both shoes, both have a very big internal heel counter. At the same time, the cushion on both shoes serves also as a heel counter. So it hugs your heel outside and inside. It's a very nice touch that Anta still use. And also here, as you can see here on the KT4s, this plastic also hugs your foot, so there's lateral support in it. But I think I like the KT3's lateral support in the forefoot better because the cushion goes up here more. It hugs your foot a bit more comparing it with the KT4s. It's just a slight difference on both shoes, but I prefer the KT3's lateral support better. The KT3's lateral outrigger goes a bit wider comparing it with the KT4s. So moving on to the midfoot and cushion of both shoes. For the KT4s, this uses the new foam, the A-Flash foam that Anta uses. And the main difference between this cushion and on the KT3s is the A-Flash foam is a bit more bouncier. But what I like about the KT3's cushioning setup is it's a bit lower to the ground comparing it with the KT4s. I wish that Anta cut this a little bit thinner so you're more closer to the ground. Responsiveness on the KT4s is still good, but I like the responsiveness better on the KT3s. So I would give the court feel better on the KT3s. Although both shoes are very responsive, the court feel on the KT3s is very awesome. And another note that I like to mention on the KT4s is the heel to toe transition on this KT4s is a bit more inclined. If you're a hooper who likes the heel to toe transition with a lesser inclination, go with the KT3s. For the cushion, it's really a preference. If you like a bouncier cushion, go with the KT4s, but if you like more court feel, go with the KT3s. Both shoes have excellent impact protection and responsiveness. Moving on to the traction, both shoes uses the same similar pattern, the fingerprint pattern. Both play very the same. It's very grippy, it's very responsive, the traction is awesome. For the traction, I'll give it a tie. There's little dust pickup on both shoes, but a little wipe on the shoe, you're good to go again. There are TPU plates that you can find on both shoes, thus giving you recoil, making you more responsive. Sizing wise on both shoes is the same. I went down half a size. But for wide footer, I think you can go to true to size. For the conclusion on the KT3s and the KT4s, both have very supportive upper. I find that there's a bit more lateral support on the KT3s. And for the heel containment, both are the same. I think that the major difference that you can find in both shoes are the cushion setup. If you like a more bouncier feel and you don't mind being high off the ground a bit more, go with the KT4s. But if you want more court feel with the same impact protection and cushioning, go with the KT3s. So as for the pricing on both shoes, it's still the same. It's $125 US, around 6,500 pesos. I hope I helped you guys out in choosing between the KT4s and the KT3s. I hope you liked my video, and I appreciate you for watching my videos again. This has been Marches, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.